All right, we are on the sidelines at Kitsap Bank Stadium after a preseason friendly between Port Orchard FC and Steel United of Puyallup. A crazy 6-3 game with 9 goals. We've got Pat in the middle, Pat Leonard, our head coach. Derek Johnson is to the camera's left, and Javier Luvenos is on the right. So let's first talk with Coach a little bit. It was a pretty wild friendly. What are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, all 6 of our goals came in the second half, which is pretty telling, but it's not predictable that we wouldn't score in the first half, but I think when you have a lot of new players, it's about getting on the same page. So attacking-wise, I think we just had to get there. I think we definitely got there in the end. Defensively, some sloppy moments that we really have to sharpen up. But overall, there was adversity in a preseason game that we had to answer to, and the guys stepped up, and they stood up to it, and I thought they played really well, especially in the second half, especially these 2.
All right, so let's talk about those guys. And hey, Derek, you had a brace, right?
Yeah.
2 goals, including one that brought the game level and was the start of that second half comeback. Talk a little bit about being out there today and what you remember about the 2 goals.
It was just great after practicing for a couple months to finally get out there with the guys. I thought at moments, yeah, like Pat said, we were sloppy, but we were able to bring it all together and get a lot of chemistry in that second half, which we didn't quite have in the first half.
So you didn't wait a whole match. You corrected the things at the half and came along. Good movement out there, good interplay with some of the guys, including the guy over here, Javi. Javi, tell us about what you saw out there and felt.
No, I was really happy with especially how the second half went. Like Derek said, we've been training for a couple months now, getting to know each other. It was nice to have our first test out here and really bag 6 goals in one half. Like, you just see what we can do when we all click together, and I think it just took us a little bit of time to get there, but you're just going to see more of that as the season goes on.
And for both of you, a question. We've worked really hard to make this a club for the community and to have a certain vibe and to draw fans. You got a little taste of that today. What was it like playing before the Port Orchard FC fans?
It was great. The environment was great. It's nice to play in front of fans. A lot of our club games, we don't get that opportunity. It's good to see because that's how it's going to be when we get to college. It's just a really good opportunity. The energy's good, and I think it'll get a lot better throughout the season as well.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. As a player, looking over there, seeing all the community in the stands, it really just helps you and motivates you to keep going and go out there and get a result for them.
Thanks, guys. So, Pat, any last words for you?
Yeah.
Coming up next is Tacoma, but you can refer back to these boys and their performance.
Well,
too.
I think there's like a really good, now we're going into Memorial Day weekend this weekend, so I think there's a really good opportunity for reflection on some things in training this week, sharpen some things up, and then we can really take that next week and start pivoting our focus toward Tacoma, which is going to be a really hard test for us. With all due respect to everybody we played last year, we know we're walking into a bigger challenge, which is why we bring in guys like this. And you see how they're combining out here. I think as time goes on, it's just going to get sharper. You see pieces of it like Jagger and Derek clearly know how to play with each other, and it's obvious. But then you also see other bits of it where newer guys are coming into the mix, or newer guys to Derek and Javi and others here, where they need to figure each other out. So as we continue to do that, I think we're going to just continue to improve and put on a show for the fans in the stands.
Well, it certainly was a show today. People came down after the match. Nobody wanted to leave. It was sunny and everyone was buzzing after watching a 6-3 win. So it's something to look forward to, and it was a great afternoon for POFC. And we will talk with you all before our next home match in June.
See you then.
Yep.
That's good.